Decorative pillows are such a fun and easy project with a ScanNCut. Hello, May Flaum here, and today we're going to get started with Artspira. If you haven't already downloaded it, this is a free app full of inspiration and ideas, and of course we have videos helping walk you through how to do it all, but it really is easy. You just pick your pattern. In this case, I'm loving this bouquet of roses. So you just are going to click on it and transfer it to your machine that is Artspira compatible. I happen to be sending it to an SDX 230Di machine, and then you retrieve it and boom, that's it. It's so quick and easy. I love adding new designs into my machine. And from here, you would edit just like any other file. So I'm going to be sizing this down. You could duplicate if you wanted more, you can rotate, whatever editing you need to do or want to do, you can do it right there on your screen. Now, once I have this size down, I am going to cut a second one because I'll tell you what, when I'm done making this video, I'm going to make a second pillow for someone else. So remember, you can always hit that plus button and cut more than one item at a time. You can also use the rotate to get more items into less space. So you're wasting less material, doing more with what you have. Just an added little tip here. Once you have everything the way you want it, you're going to keep clicking through OK until you get to cut. Then you are going to want to make sure half cut is on so that you are cutting the material and not the backing. We're going to be cutting out of a heat transfer vinyl. And the ScanNCut with the auto blade, it's going to do the rest. It is going to decide how deep to cut and get you all set. When you are done, and we are in fast forward here a little bit, we are going to weed. In other words, remove all of the pieces of vinyl that we do not want to transfer. And this is going to be our finishing touch on our pillow here. I do want to add a fabric heart. And I'm leaving one of these rose bouquets here while I do this. And the reason is I want to be able to see the size of the heart compared to our bouquet. So I'm just going to put this in here, and then as you can see, I can visually look at the heart versus the bouquet. And how big is it? Am I happy with the size? Do I want it bigger, smaller? Do I want some of the bouquet to go off the edge? Now I just clicked that little up, down, side to side arrow. That allows me to just adjust the width or just adjust the height so that I am getting a more customized size. And for a shape like a heart, this does work. It doesn't distort the image badly as long as you don't go too extreme. And then I'm also able to adjust the bouquet. Now remember, I'm not going to recut the bouquet. I'm just doing this for a visual so that I can see the bouquet I cut compared to this heart. How big or small or wide or tall do I want it? And this is going to be very helpful in determining my sizing and getting things just perfect without any test cut and without any hassle. Now, I am going to be cutting out of a fabric that has some iron-on stabilizer. That's just for me so that I can then just press it onto my fabric and it'll stick so that as I stitch, everything's real easy. Now I'm just deleting my bouquet because we do not want to cut that again. We just want to cut this nice heart out of some fabric, and we are going to turn off the half cut because we want it to cut all the way through. Once that is done, go ahead and cut that out. Now for the pillowcase, you can work with an already made pillowcase, or if you have a rectangle of fabric, in this case, my piece of fabric is 19 inches by 25 inches because I'm going for an 18 by 12 pillow. The great thing about these folded over, so there's no zipper or anything. I just am using the fabric folded over like a pocket or like an envelope. You're just going to fold your pillow into it. And then there's going to be an overlap of fabric, and that keeps everything all together. Really nice. But all you have to do is sew the two sides together and then optional, sew the two ends so that you have a finished versus a rough end. But before we get into that, I'm using a zigzag stitch and I'm just stitching around my heart that I've ironed onto the middle of the fabric so that that is all set. Now I am adding a piece of burgundy fabric on here. on the end. This matches the heart. I'm adding this on to the end so that there'll be a little burgundy strip on the back of my pillow where it folds over. I just think that that's a nice added pop of color and little touch. Totally optional. I'm just sewing the two front sides of fabric together, the white or the cream to the burgundy, and then I can flip it over, and I want the end to be folded over so that I don't have that raw edge. Remember, we're just doing that on the two. So on the two visible ends, we're just going to sew it under so that there's not a raw edge. Then we're going to fold our pillowcase inside out and sew the two sides together. That's all it takes. Just a nice, simple, straight stitch. Super beginner-friendly project. As you can see, it just takes moments to sew those two sides together. Just keep everything nice and straight. Then when you're done, it's also very forgiving. If you mess up, you can always flip it back and re-sew or fix whatever you've got. But it's a very fun project. I'm just using a little rounded pen to make sure that I get all of my corners folded out. You can see the back there, what I was talking about, the little strip. Over on the front, we've got our heart, and it's so cute. So right now, if you have any ironing, if you want to do a press, get any wrinkles out that you want to get out, this is a good time to do so before you go and add your vinyl, because that is our finishing touch here, our Artspira Rose Bouquet. Look how pretty this is. And all it takes me doing is pressing this down, putting a press cloth over, and then ironing, no steam, just nice and hot iron into place, and we're done. Now, if we wanted to add things, dimensional accents or glue on rhinestones or anything like that, you certainly could. I like the simplicity of this, and all that's left to do is just get my pillow and stuff it. Remember, as I was telling you, it's kind of I think of it as a pocket. So instead of having a zipper or any of that complexity, it's just a nice, flexible, easy pillow, and there you see it all covered up. This will make such a wonderful gift, such a wonderful year-round home decor, full of heart, full of flowers, and I've had such a great time making with you. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to Brother for more future videos.